Kelsie Davies. Let's see here. Look, see if she's got any of the older ghost videos. I quit YouTube.
The rain. Here we go. Let's go.
Crazy, man. I've had a lot of videos removed by YouTube for far less than what you're seeing right here on Kelsie Davies' channel. I mean, they are children on YouTube. So those of you who didn't unsubscribe after that, of course, this video is on self-proclaimed psychic Kelsie Davies. Chelsea Luna, the other psychic, medium, whatever. I get them mixed up sometimes. But hey, on YouTube, we all got to start somewhere, you know? And yeah, kids are on the YouTube app as well, Kelsie, just for your information. So I just don't understand why you would, I don't know, put a video out like that. Satan, baby, I really think I am a psychic. Or maybe, just maybe, you don't care. But it didn't get that many views anyway. That's why you went into I'm a psychic and I'm gifted and just all that crap. You know, like I said, you got to start somewhere. You know, and if you can't get views one way, you can get them another. Roll the intro. If you're curious about the Shapetober animation update, that'll be at the end of the video. But right now we're diving right into the Villisca Axe Murder House. And boy, it's one of my favorite places. I like to visit here at least once a year. Through somebody else's video, of course. I don't know, there's something about that house that gives me genuine creeps. Not so much the paranormal, because every video I've seen at the Villisca house, yeah, there's some pops and cracks and stuff, sounds, but I've yet to see anything that says ghost. But Kelsie Davies went there, so I was like, this should be interesting. In case you're new here, she's a self-proclaimed psychic, medium, conduit of some sorts. She deals in vagaries. What I mean by dealing in vagaries, no specifics, and that's the one thing you got to watch out for when it comes to fake psychics, is they never deal in specifics. If they have the gift, when they go to a place of tragedy like the Villisca house, well heck, they should be able to tell you exactly who done it, who he is, his whole name, his social security number, for that matter. But they never can seem to do that. They'll say, oh, I'm getting a J, or they're giving me a J. See, the ghost can give them a letter, you know, in their name, but the ghost can't give the full name. It's weird how they just can't give that specific information. And it just blows my mind. And people believe that stuff. They're like, oh wow, you're truly gifted. I'm just a normal person. You're gifted. You're exceptional, is what you are. Well, let's go to the Villisca house.
Kelcats, welcome back to my channel, and if you guys are new here, my name is Kelsie Davies, and I'm a clairvoyant, meaning I see and speak to the dead.
That's Cat.
I've been wanting to come to this house for years, and not only do we have access to the actual murder house, but we have access to the neighbor's house as well.
I don't think that anyone has ever filmed in the neighbor's house before. We are the first ones.
I wonder why nobody ever went to the neighbor's house and did an investigation. I don't know, it's right there on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't seem to think of why they wouldn't do that. Being as the tragedy did not happen there, why would you go there anyways? I thought the whole point of the paranormal was a place of tragedy, like the actual house itself. What's the neighbor's house got to do with anything? I know, you guys just, a lot of these fake investigators or even real investigators, say they just make it up as they go. The ghosts can be anywhere. And if ghosts can be anywhere, why don't I ever get to see any? Like ever, when I'm out and about. Just my daily routine. Never get to see anything. Maybe they avoid me.
So Drew and I, we were taking a nap, and usually I like taking naps before I go to places because I get things in my sleep. I'll have spirits come to me in my dreams. I've had that ever since I was little. They'll show me how they died. They'll show me different things, and I was hoping maybe someone would come to me in my sleep. I didn't get anyone specific, but I did get this overwhelming feeling of anxiety and fear. In the dream, I was feeling like I didn't want to wake up and I didn't want to come to this house.
Oh, of course, her being a, this amazing psychic and all, come to her in her dreams as well. They'll come there, they'll say hello, what's up, they'll give her information, they'll show her what happened, but not this time. Even though everybody in the paranormal pretty much knows about the Valiska house. But she does, like I said, she doesn't deal in specifics. She can't give you no new information, and when she does give you new information, it's something that you cannot either validate or you can't necessarily say it's not good information. Because for one, you don't have that gift. She does. You would have to have that gift to understand. So that's a disadvantage already. Not only do you have to be special, but if she says a name like, I don't know, say she says a name like Jedediah or Joseph or John, we can't substantiate that claim. We can't validate that claim, nor can we really knock against it because there's just nothing to work with. She says it, but we can't say either or because she's just giving you a name that was popular back then. She never gives specific information, like a first, middle, and last name. No, you ain't getting that, Jack.
And a lot of people don't know this, but the neighbor, Mary, she actually ended up being put into a mental institution because after these murders, she was just not the same anymore. And I was in there earlier and I got something on the spirit box.
Oh, you're talking about Mary Peckham. I've heard her in quite a few stories as the neighbor who first went over there because they weren't out, tending to their animals and like people back in those days did. Nowadays, you sleep till 2 o'clock in the evening and nobody a bad eyeball. But back then, it was different. Mary Peckham. That will play a bit in later. So we'll just get to that when we get there. Moving on to the spirit box.
Mary, are you in here? Hi. I'm right here.
Now, if you're new here and you don't know what a spirit box is, it's where they go through radio frequencies fast, and the ghosts speak through the radio frequencies. They'll say words and sentences, supposedly. What, you need more detail? Oh, I know what you're asking. Well, what happens if somebody on one of those radio stations says a word and they think it's a ghost? That's a great question. That really, truly is a great question. Like, for instance, we just heard Mary Peckham supposedly speak. But when you listen closely, that is a male speaking and not a female. Listen again.
What happened on the night of the murders?
Now you probably noticed that, once again, a male's voice is supposedly Mary Peckham's voice, which is impossible, right? But also, she always puts that it's saying something that you can clearly listen to through headphones and say, no, that's not what it's saying. It's not saying damage. It sounds more like average. I want you to listen again, then I want you to comment below what you hear. It sounds more like established than it does damage. What's your thoughts?
Was Mary hearing voices after this happened?
Loud and clear.
You know what, Kelsie? You're right. That is a male's voice, which automatically, just right out of the gate, X's off Mary Peckham.
So I think she was experiencing the spirits of the children and she didn't know how to handle it, and maybe just it drove her nuts.
I'm sorry, say what?
It drove her nuts.
A while back, I did a video on a psychic and somebody commented grief vampires. And I thought, you know what, that's pretty apt of a definition for a fake psychic. They go in these places and make claims. Like I said, the claim can never ever be substantiated. Most often. And I'm not talking about them doing pre-research before they get there. Like I said, Villisca is a pretty popular place and people know the story. But, like, did Mary Peckham, as Kelsie said, well, she said nuts, but I would say lose her mind, because, you know, that's a poor choice of words when you know, say somebody went nuts over something that you, Kelsie, can't substantiate, or can they argue with you because they're no longer here? You see how that works? And so, therefore, you can make all the claims you want. Nobody can argue about it.
I have a huge announcement. I'm going to be at this year's VidCon.
And skip.
One and only Villisca Expert House, guys. So the night of June 9th, 1912, there was a church service. During the service, which started around 8:30 p.m., the Stillinger girls thought it would be, you know, exciting to see if they could spend the night with the Moore family. 9:45 is when the service ended. It wasn't until the very next morning, around 5, 6 in the morning, Mary Peckham. She's the neighbor, and that's her original home right there. She got up early. The first thing she started to notice was the fact that the Moore family hadn't been up yet. She came up to this window here, tried to peek through to see if she could see any movement in the home. She couldn't see anything. The shade had been drawn.
Maybe it's been a while since I watched a Villisca video, which it has. I don't recognize that dude. Who is that? He, caretaker, I remember didn't look that way, unless I'm just thinking of somebody else for no reason, or my brain scrambled or something, but comment below. That's not the original tour guide, is it? But he does pretty good. Matter of fact, you know, he's definitely serviceable. This is for those who are never heard of the Villisca stuff. And give you a little recap.
She actually phones Josiah's hardware store and actually gets a hold of one of Josiah's employees. She says, well, would you come down to the Moore house?
But what she does is she phones Ross, which is Josiah's younger brother. Ross actually comes over, meets Mary on the porch as Ed's in the back, tended to the animals. Luckily, Ross had a key to the home. Actually unlocked it, walked in. First thing Ross notices is like a smell of blood. Ross immediately then walks through this door, comes in here. Right away, Ross sees a horrific scene of two figures laying in bed, blood-stained sheets. The sheets had been pulled over their complete body, so he did not know who was in this room.
He immediately runs out. The marshal enters in through the same parlor door as Ross did. He walks up the stairs. First thing he notices, obviously, when he comes up here, same thing. Two victims, blood-stained sheets, blood against the walls. This is Josiah and Sarah Moore. Uses it left-handed and comes this way. She is a complete spot-on match.
Oh, wow.
I mean, me, well, I'm hitting the ceiling, whether I'm standing here or there. Male, female, again, we don't know.
Okay, I can listen to this tour guide. See, he's just as good as that other one. Heck, if not better. And he makes some pretty interesting points. Like, back in those days, they didn't mention it, or he didn't mention this, but back years ago, a man was not as big as a man is today. They were shorter. You know, your average height back then was like 5'7", 5'8", maybe even shorter. But nowadays, I mean, people are bigger. Men are bigger than what? There's exceptions, but on average, men nowadays are bigger than they were back then. I do not think a woman did this. I don't think that at all. I think it was a guy. But that's, once again, something can't prove for sure. And we'll probably never get any answers as far as who did it. Just like Jack the Rip Meister. He will probably never know the identity. Now, I know somebody will mention that shawl that belonged to Catherine Eddowes, I think, and the DNA, but no, that's crap. Moving on.
I think there's a possibility that the female had something against, like, him.
Yes.
And, like, that's why he had an affair. Maybe
Yep.
she got mad
Oh, yeah.
and wanted to bash her
I've
face.
heard-
Oh, Josiah, the dad, had an affair. I didn't know that. I was not aware of that at all. Comment below if you were aware of that. I had no idea. You know, it'd be a pretty bad thing to say, though. Like I said, he can't defend himself. So, you know, putting that out there, kind of disrespectful.
At this point, the marshal then kind of bypasses the crawl space attic here. He comes in here, finds the 4 more children murdered in the same fashion. Bloodstained sheets over their head. All the mirrors were covered.
As horrible as this is, that they do testify that the children took the same blow, top of the head, but only once.
You know, it's horrible that the only, I guess you could say, relief of this whole tragedy is what he just said. That's horrible to think. Well, they weren't brutalized. You know, the children weren't brutalized like the adults. So that's, I guess, a relief, but I don't know. I don't know. That shows you how depraved and truly disturbing whoever this coward, lowlife. You know, and it's not just this guy, or woman, I guess, but Twat the Ripper and the Hinterkaifeck mysterious person, all cowards. All cowards. But when you think about it, and you really think about it, like for instance, a lot of people glorify not the victim, but the perpetrator. Why? I'll never know. So I ask you this. Pop quiz. Bam, right in the middle of a video. I want you to name three of Jeffrey Dahmer or Ted Bundy's victims. I'm pretty sure most of you are going, I really can't name one. I mean, there'll be exceptions. But you kind of get what I'm saying. They glorify. You should do your true crime around, you know, the victims. Let everybody know who they were. Not glorify these garbage cowards. That's what they are, they're cowards.
They estimate 20 to maybe 100 townspeople made their way in this home, walked around, handled the acts, took things, moved things.
All right, guys, let's form a straight line here before the investigator gets here. I want all y'all to come in here and see what's going on in here. It's almost too much. So form a straight line and come on in.
Boy, it's mind-blowing. See, even if they would have gotten evidence back in those days, it would have been contaminated because of all the idiots that lived in that town. Now, I'm not talking about everybody, but anybody that went in that house and messed with these poor people's bodies and messed with anything around there, you should have been arrested. Should have been arrested right there.
Anyway, the attic, there used to be a wall separating the two. They did remove that eventually to just let people have more room. On the right side of that wall as you enter, they did find what they said was a few more cigarette butts.
Remember, guys, the cigarette butts could have been left by any one of those individuals that went in there and contaminated the crime scene even before the investigator got there. Like, anybody.
So we are starting inside of the attic. I'm gonna do the route that the killer took. I just feel so much dense energy in this pressure. It's even heavier than it was earlier.
Knowing you, Kelsie, you probably just gotta go take a little poopies. Go ahead, scamper on, go take a little poops. Go take a poopsie, go ahead. But I want you to pay attention to what the spirit says here, because what they're talking about is these heavy feelings and all this other stuff. But I want you to, they'll hear what the spirit says, and I want you to watch how they react to what the spirit says, because it's exactly opposite of what they're feeling. So basically, the spirit's saying something completely different, and they kind of don't know what to say. They're like, uh-oh, we got all these feelings, and we said it on camera, but the spirit said something completely different. Uh-oh, watch this.
Just this dread that I'm feeling.
It's like a pressure on
Tranquility.
Oh.
It's saying tranquility, but it's like a pressure on your chest.
Hit the like button for that spirit. I mean, that just made them look like goofballs. Little goofballs.
So they started with Josiah.
So it was in a reverse grip. So the blade of it.
Scottish.
What the f did I just see? That was not human, whatever I just saw. What the heck was that? It was this tall. Like, weirdly tall. And it looked like it had a white face and a dark body.
You know what kills? You're right. All that Man, it's too bad we don't get to see it. Man, that would validate what you just said, you know, seeing a 12-foot tall figure with a white face. Ooh, that's spooky. But guys, we don't have the gift. We don't have the gift, so we can't see it. And we don't have the gift, so we can't, you know, debunk what she's saying because, well, we don't have the gift.
I think
Sarah.
Sarah! That's the mother.
Yeah.
That's the mom. What?
So you just seen Slender Man, yet you're impressed by that.
We are headed over to the neighbor's house. So this is the house. Mary, it starts with a P. I can't remember. Pizza Pettigrew.
Oh man, you crack me up, Kelsie. You really do. Mary Pettigrew. I thought you were psychic though. I thought you were psychic and you don't even know her name. I knew her name. But that's because, you know, when I research, I pay attention. But you, being a psychic, you just knew it started with a P. Did she just, is that what she did, is just gave you the first letter? Is that what it was? Or, but I thought you were psychic.
On earlier. Oh, the stick. Dude, the stick touched my butthole. I'm not even kidding. No, it did. It went in my butthole. Wow, I thought that Mary was getting like really close, really handsy.
Hey Mary, what do you think of Kelsie here saying that you're all handsy and everything? What's that? Oh, I forgot you can't defend yourself because you're no longer with us.
I mean, do I got to say anything, guys? Anything at all? Talk about disrespect. You know, saying Mary, the spirit of this poor woman, up your... Oh. You know what, Kelsie? Kelsie, don't flatter yourself. Yeah? I need to breathe.
All right, let's go upstairs. Hello, I'm back. So you can actually see the house right from these windows. I believe this was the son's room and he had gone to bed and I don't think he heard anything from the house, which is weird.
How is that weird? From what we do know, each victim was asleep when they were attacked. You wouldn't hear it.
To new viewers, this is a REM pod, so this emits an electromagnetic frequency around it, and if that frequency is interrupted in any way, I will show you what happens. It will turn different colors like that. This is the Sinister speaker. So this is a spirit box that goes through different radio stations very, very quickly so that the spirits can use the radio frequencies to communicate and make out words.
I may be in the minority here, but if you can't rule out coincidence from the equipment they are using to hunt ghosts, then you can't claim 100% paranormal either. And when you say the spirits interact with the device to say words, could you be a bit more specific, or is it that this device picks up paranormal, even though it's no different than a radio? It don't have these like little sensors that detect ghost energy and then spits out words, because that's stupid. There's nothing that backs that nonsense. Just like your little laser grids and your little motion detectors that move even though the camera shows nothing being there. So why is it activating if nothing's breaking the laser line? Because we can't see nothing. It's almost as if it's strictly coincidence and all those devices would activate whether the house was haunted or not.
Mary, you were saying that you were... Mary, that's Mary.
And that's not Murray, that is a dude.
Saying that you remember that day? It was June 10th.
Every time I get so ask me that you're divorced. Ask me that you're divorced. Ask me that
Does it make you upset people are asking about it?
Stop talking about it. Get out of here. Whoa.
So, do you think that they will leave, being as the ghost asked them to?
So there's the spirit. If they believe that is indeed a spirit they're talking to, it's telling them, hey, we don't want to talk about it and we want you to leave. So, if Kelsie and Kelsie's buddy believe that's a spirit, what do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to leave like they were asked? Or do you think they're just going to sit there anyways? And just because they can?
Oh, I'm sorry.
We didn't mean to upset you.
I just want to understand your story and give you a voice. But we're filming it, we're documenting it to share the story.
Which brings me back to grief vampires that I've heard in the comments multiple times. We're just here to share your story and get that bag on YouTube. We care for you. That's all this is. It has nothing to do with our monetary gain at all. We want everybody to hear your story. That's all it is, I promise. Shut up.
Can we get some sort of justice for what happened? Like, can you say if it was a woman or a man?
I just gotta be real right about here. If brains were black powder, you couldn't blow your nose.
Yeah, boy.
This happened over 100 years ago. What kind of justice can you bring here? Just think about that. You can't do anything to the perpetrator because they're long gone.
I don't think you're crazy. I've experienced spiritual things, paranormal things. I've had things come to me since I was little. I have a lot of people online that say I have issues, or they'll say I have mental illness.
No, I don't agree with that either, Kills. Not at all. I just think you're a fake psychic, and I think that you know that you don't have no gift like that. I think you made it up on the spot to get traction on YouTube, to get popular, and get financial gain from it. That's exactly what I think. Kelsie, how accurate am I? Comment below.
Thank you, Mary. We appreciate you. Bye, Mary. Hope you find your dad. Thank you, Mary. We appreciate you.
You smell like hissing poop.
So I just thought about it. Maybe she doesn't want to speak on it because it was her daughter.
That's a fine theory, Timu Logan Paul. The problem being is, the daughter, she's not alive to defend herself either. And you just made it like she's a murderer. So, you know, but like I said, people like you don't care.
You hear that? It felt like it was burning, so I pulled up my pants to check it, and then...
Like something scratched you.
And like there's this weird indentation, which doesn't match like my pants one.
Yeah, because that's like this, the inseam from
Like-
your pants.
I've never been scratched like that, where it's like cut me open.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely a scratch on your left leg. But earlier in the video,
I wonder why.
Ouch.
What?
I just got a pinch on the back of my calf.
Really?
so if it's your left leg, then why earlier in the video did you point out your right leg?
Huh, you got a scratch on your leg, but earlier in the video, it was the other leg. Huh, how'd it go from left to right? It's almost as if, I don't know, maybe you kind of messed up and pointed out the wrong leg or something.
I mean, it could have been poor editing, or I could have missed something. Comment below.
I don't know, but that's definitely the wrong leg that you pointed out earlier. I just showed footage of you showing it was this leg. In the camera though, later on you say it's this leg. If you're gonna lie, keep it consistent.
We are back in the main house. I want to start upstairs with Sarah and Josiah. I like feel her in this doorway, which is interesting.
Here's an interesting doorway here, folks. Very interesting.
To the viewers and the spirits here, we have some equipment if you guys want to use it. So this one, I'm going to show you how it works. This is a laser grid, and it'll detect movement in front of it. On there, moving around.
Hey, get it, Kelsie. Get it, Kelsie.
Congratulations, Kells. Every single ghost, paranormal at all that existed in that place, they have all packed up and left.
We're not here to make fun of you. We're just here to give you a voice, maybe learn what happened, or learn about your story. Because I know that most people focus on the murder that happened.
You mean like you did in the video as well earlier? Oh, okay.
If you would allow your kids to come forward. If not, I completely understand. You're a mother, you're protective of your kids, and I bet you were an amazing mom.
Oh man, that just got awkward.
Is that you, Sarah? In the doorway? Yes.
Once again, that's not a woman's voice. That is a dude.
I keep seeing her in like a darker dress too. Are you girlfriend and boyfriend? I said, are you girlfriend and boyfriend?
Yeah.
Yes.
They asked that earlier.
Now she's dead.
This is like the holy grail of paranormal responses. Now, this is a lady. This is supposed to be the mom communicating with her, saying what she said it said with the text. Let's play that one more time, because I'm going in afterwards.
Now
That's right, folks. Kelsie Davies, in all of her infinite wisdom, put text over that saying that that was indeed Sarah Moore, the mom. I think her name is Sarah. That was her responding. Apparently she became, back in those days, she was a male country singer. I didn't know that. So, hey, you learn something new every day. You gotta love it, folks. You can't make stupid nonsense up like this. It just flows so well. And it plays into the shape character 100%.
So this device on my face, if you guys give it certain descriptive words, I don't want to jump to what happened, but if you want to show me who did it.
Comment your thoughts below. Now, if you have any things you want to add to the debunks or anything, and if there's enough there to add, I'll make a whole video on your guys' comments. Like that last one. That was fun, and everybody seemed to love that format, so we'll keep doing it. I love Shapetober, baby. It's fantastic. But that's the end of the fake psychic video, guys. Join Debunkers Anonymous on Facebook. Now, to catch you up on the animation, I made a video that's like 8 minutes long. You can scroll down and you probably see it's like 8 minutes long about the animation for Shapetober and all the information that you need. Link me down below that video to whatever character you want to play. Now, the radio DJ and newscast has already been cast, but all the other characters, well, the detective, I did get a submission on that as well, but I'm having a hard time getting hold of that person. So link it below that video that I made for that purpose on your YouTube. Guess you can email it too, if you want to. Or on your Facebook. Yeah, on your Facebook. And tag me. Or Polly. Me and Polly. Okay, that's about it. Oh, you thought I forgot? Happy birthday, Paul and Maria's life. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Paul and Maria's life. Shout out to your brother and stuff. I appreciate also, I said if you wanted to, you didn't have to, but only if you wanted a fun little Easter egg, you could donate to my PayPal, whatever amount you can afford, and it doesn't have to be much, but I'll put an Easter egg in the actual animation itself. If you're a member of Patreon, you automatically get producer credits for the animation. But if you want like something added in the animation itself, in the background or whatever, any donation, you don't have to. Like I said, it's just if you want to do something a little fun for, Halloween, you can do that. And the bigger the donation, the bigger the Easter egg. But you don't have to. I just thought it'd be cool and fun. But there's a couple of you that already got your Easter egg. Love you guys. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next video. Y'all come back now. You hear? Peace.